back to Cooking in Motion. Today we are cooking on this island paradise in Port Loring, Ontario. And today's guest chef is none other than Connected in Motion's Executive Director and my boss, Jen Hanson. Hi, Jen.
Hey, Sarah.
So today we are making two different freeze-dried meals. We are making a quinoa breakfast bowl and a cashew curry with your choice of protein. And these freeze-dried meals are really great for backpacking. Jen, did you want to tell us a little bit more about freeze-dried food?
Sure, Sarah. So freeze-dried food has become a really important part of Connected in Motion's tripping experiences over the years, especially on our adventure team treks. And that's not just because it's nutritious and delicious, but because it's ultra lightweight and can pack down really, really small. And that becomes really important when we have to conserve backpack space. When we're traveling with a group of people with type 1 diabetes, a lot of our backpack space is taken up by diabetes supplies and emergency equipment, and then all the other things we need for camping. So we don't have the luxury of a ton of space for food. So freeze-dried food, this is a piece of corn. It just has had all of the moisture sucked out of it, which makes it really light to carry and really easy to rehydrate when we are on the trail. So over the years since 2016, when we started doing adventure team trips, we have been working with a company called Bryden Solutions out of Calgary. They have been amazing to us. They have donated freeze-dried food for our trips so that we can stay healthy and full of calories and have the energy that we need to be hiking long days. Sometimes I think our longest day has been up to 15 hours a day with 40 pounds on your back. You need calories. And Bryden Solutions has helped us to get there and also opened up our eyes to the amazing things that we can make with freeze-dried food.
Awesome, let's get started. Okay, so for the quinoa breakfast bowl, you will need quinoa, some brown sugar, some dried bananas, and dried strawberries.
And for the cashew curry, we have cashews. We have soy curls for protein, along with freeze-dried chicken. We have rice, corn for a vegetable, carrot for a vegetable, onion for a vegetable. We have our curry spice, and we're also going to use chia seeds.
Okay, so we're gonna do the quinoa breakfast bowl. And you might be thinking quinoa for breakfast, but it's actually a really great meal to have on trip. When you add the quinoa with all these delicious toppings, it makes a really great breakfast, and it keeps you full for a long time while you're hiking out there. And it can be great for keeping your blood sugars fairly steady throughout the day also. So we're gonna add the quinoa and our toppings all together in this pot. The quinoa and water is a 1:2 quinoa to water ratio. So I'm just gonna add this in. And then I'm gonna also add in our dehydrated strawberries, our dehydrated bananas, and then I'm gonna add the water, and then we will add in
the chia seeds,
brown sugar afterwards. So we're just gonna add the water and bring it to a boil. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 cups of water to the quinoa, plus a little bit more for all of our dehydrated ingredients. Okay, so we're just gonna stir this up. I need a spoon. Okay.
Woohoo!
Okay, so now that we have the pot on the stove, I'm just gonna let it come to a boil, and then once it's boiling, I usually take it off and let it absorb the water. You know the quinoa is cooked when the shell has opened up and you can see the inside. So the quinoa is done. As you can see, it's opened up now, so we can take it off the stove and let it sit and absorb the rest of the water.
Okay, so we're actually going to put everything into this bag ahead of time for our curry meal. And this is actually the way that we will travel with food when we're backpacking. So we thought it would be good just to show you what a meal for 4, a good hearty meal for 4 would look like in backpacking terms. So we are using 2 cups of rice. We're gonna add all of our freeze-dried vegetables in as well together. And these are really to taste. So however much you like corn and you like onion, and you like carrot, you can add that into the taste of your group. You can also add other vegetables in there as you'd like. We're going to be using soy curls today, so we're gonna add those right in. We're also gonna add our cashews in. Finally, we have our curry spice and also some garlic powder. We're going to add it right into the bag. Usually you're not packing this too much ahead of time, so we feel it's fine. We've got great success by packing this way. Chefs may have another opinion on that, but this is what you could expect a meal for 4 would look like, and it's super, super light. If we had a scale here, we'd tell you actually how light it is, but this is what your meal would look like, and all you need to do then is to add that to a pot of water, let it rehydrate and cook for a few minutes, and you are ready to eat it. Sorry. The pot got hot there in the first couple seconds. So we're adding 1-to-1 water to rice, plus some extra for the freeze-dried food. Typically it becomes 2-to-1, but we find with a lot of this food it sucks up the rest of the moisture anyways, and worst case you can pour extra off. Okay, so now our water is boiling, especially important because sometimes on the backcountry we don't have access to clean water, so this means that we can pre-boil water that we've got from a local mountain river, but in this case ours is pre-filtered. And we are going to add in our meal. It smells amazing already. Unlike Sarah, I came prepared and I have a spoon. And we're just gonna mix that up and let it continue to boil. All right, so our meal has been boiling probably for about 4 minutes now. We usually just take the average of the cooking time on all the freeze-dried food, and it tends to work out. We're adding chia, and this also might sound weird, but we add about 2 tablespoons of chia to most of our meals on Connected Motion trips. For a mixture of blood sugar stabilization reasons, and it also helps to thicken up sauces, which is really nice and adds some additional something to our meals. So we've added in a little bit of chia. We're gonna turn the stove off and we'll put the lid on and just let it sit for a couple minutes here.
Okay, so we have our finished products. So we have our quinoa breakfast bowl. We've added in
the chia seeds.
And you can also add some brown sugar as a topping if you like. And we have our cashew curry here with some soy curls and also some freeze-dried chicken. Each serving is approximately 60 grams of carbs for each meal.
And although on most Connected Motion trips we are trying to cater to many different diets, we're less conscious about carbohydrates and we are more conscious about calories. We're aiming to eat about 5,000 calories a day in order to break even with the number of calories a typical person would be burning during an 8-hour day of hiking. So we're looking for really calorie-dense meals. Dinner here, our dinner meal, has about 750 calories per bowl, and typically we'd find that people would eat at least 2 servings. So at least 2 times this amount, which gets you a good number of calories, but as you can tell, you gotta have a great breakfast and be snacking all day as well.
Okay, so I think we should do our taste test now. We're gonna try our quinoa breakfast bowl first.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
Delicious. It tastes nothing like your dinner quinoa.
Yeah, so good.
The chia helps give it a little more something. Makes it thicken.
And you can also add whatever toppings you like to this breakfast bowl. We've just done chia seeds, brown sugar, and strawberries and bananas, but you can, you can add whatever you like.
It's actually really good.
It is really
like
good.
A giant fruit snack.
Yeah, it tastes like kind of like fruit to go.
Okay, now we're gonna try our dinner, our curry cashew soy curl rice. It's one of my favorite meals. I already knew I was gonna like it.
It's so good.
And the soy curls will trick you. They're like chicken, they really are.
It really is. Oh my goodness. I've never had a soy curl.
I'm just gonna eat the whole thing.
It's so good.
but I actually might eat the whole thing.
All right, so we just wanted to take a moment to tell you a little bit more about where we get our freeze-dried food because it's not something that is easily accessible or that you'd come across in your everyday shopping. So most of our menus are created by recreating these packaged meals that you can get somewhere like Mountain Equipment Co-op or even Canadian Tire, but we are making them in bulk. So we are buying these cans of each of the individual ingredients. For the past number of years, they have been donated to us by a company called Bryden Solutions, and they are local, family run out of Calgary, Alberta. And you can get each of these cans. When you open them up, they just have the ingredients inside, and we measure from there to put into our recipes. We also order these soy curls online, and these were introduced to us by our friend and vegan chef Paul, and we love them. They have become an amazing alternative and a really great option to keep meals as one-pot meals, but also cater to people who are vegan or vegetarian or are eating alternate diets. If you don't need this much freeze-dried food, you can also get some amounts at the Bulk Barn or in any bulk food store. So this is an example from the Bulk Barn in Ontario, dried veggie chips that work great. This is TVP, or textured vegetable protein. If you're someone who grew up at a camp, you might be familiar with this sort of stuff, but it's another alternative, a great way to add protein that is meatless into your meals. And finally, if you know where you can get this, we want to talk to you. But this is an amazing dried hummus that you can add water to, and it's a really awesome option for, especially for lunchtime meals. We ordered as much as possible that we could find online and still have some bulk in storage, but it's a great option. A lot of stuff by this company, Casva, work really well for canoe trips.
Amazing. Well, this was delicious. Thank you so much, Jen, for having us and for cooking some freeze-dried, backcountry friendly meals with me today. And we will see you next time on Cooking in Motion.